Good day, I am Anyano Osaloma. In this video, I am going to share my knowledge about literary translation. I have learned the 5 literary translation techniques presented by Amparo Hurtado Alber, one of the leading specialists in that translation. First, we have adaptation. Alber describes adaptation as a technique whereby one cultural element is replaced by another, which is typical of the receiving culture. This technique is very useful when translating advertisements, slogans, and etc., which employ a number of different linguistic processes. Second, we have linguistic amplification. According to Albert's definition, this translation technique adds new linguistic elements in the target text. It is the opposite of the linguistic compression technique because it means using a paraphrase in order to explain a word with no equivalent in the target language. Third, we have compensation. Compensation is a translation technique whereby a piece of information or a stylistic device is moved to another location in the text because it does not have the same effect if we maintain in the same places as in the original text. This process is intended to compensate or for the losses that a text suffers from when it is translated. Elision. The fourth technique of literary translation described by Alber is elision. Elision is a process that involves removing items of information in the original language text so that they do not appear in the target text. Borrowing. Borrowing is the last techniques where words or expression are taken directly from the source's text and carried over into the target language. This technique is often used when there is no target language equivalent, such as food or clothing, and can help to preserve the culture context of the source text. To sum up everything that has been stated so far, we need to inculcate that there is no literary translation theory to follow, but when translating a novel or any other types of literary translation work, it is like being a writer. The translator needs to be competent in 2 languages and also needs to be a competent writer too. The translator has to be able to translate the creativity of the writer into a language that puts across the same type of creativity with the same message. There is no literary translation theory for that. The translator also needs to consider the culture of the targeted audience so that the translated literary works put across its message to the audience in a way it will be understood without having to detract too much from the message that the author intended. The translator needs to try and preserve the author's own style, meaning, and tone.